line. So we can start chanting. Om Bhattaya Pratikoditam Bhagavatam Yanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashatyayini Amba Twamanusantadami Bhagavad Gita Bhavatveshini Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullara Vindayata Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Petraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitamrita Duhe Namaha Sarvo Vanishado Gavaha Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Pato Vatsasudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gitamritam Mahatu Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishma Drona Tatai Jayadratha Jala Gandharani Lotpala Shalya Grahapati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Kalu Pandavairana Nadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha Parasharya Vachasaroja Mamalam Gita Gandhotkatam Nanakhyana Kakesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Epiyamanam Muda Bhuyat Bharata Pankajam Kalimalatvam Sinashreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyai Savai Devyai Sanghapadatkramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samadaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidussurasuraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya tasmai namaha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashochanam Ashocasvam Prajñāvādāṃsca bhāshase Gatāsūna gatāsūnsca Nānushochanti panditaः Natvevāham jātunāsam Natvam neme janādhipāः Nachaiva na bhavishyāmaha Sarve bhayamatah param Dehinosmin yatha dehe Kaumaram yauvanam jara Tata dehantara praptihi Dhirastatra namuhyati Matra sparshastu kaunteya Shitoshna sukha dukkadaha Agamapayino nityaha Tam stitikshasva bharata Yam hi avyatayantyete Purusham purusharshabha Samadukha sukham dhiram Somritatvaya kalpate Nasato vidyate bhavaha Na bhavo vidyate sataha Ubhayorapi drishtontaha Tvanayostatvadarshibhihi Avinashitu tadviddhi Yena sarvamidam tatam Vinashamavyyasyasya Na kaschit kartumarhati Antavanta ime dehaha Nityasyokta sharirinaha Anashino prameyasya Tasmadhyudyasva bharata Ya enam veti hantaram Yaschainam manyate hatam Ubhau tau na vijanitaha Nayam hanti na hanyate Na jayate mriyate va kadachit Nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha Ajo nityas shashvatoyam puranaha Na hanyate hanyamane sharire Veda vinashinam nityam Ya enamajamavyayam Katham sapurusha partha Kam ghatayati hantikam Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya Navani grinhati naroparani Tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani Anyani sanyati navani dehi Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Vasas is the word. Vasas means clothes. Vasaha, vasasi, vasamsi. What does it tell you about the gender of the clothes? Neuter. Neuter. What did you say? What did you say? Yeah. Yeah, no. See, it is just like Brahma, Brahmani, Brahmani. And what else? Jagat, Jagati, Jaganti. You know, when it goes in a certain way, you can immediately make out that it is neuter. Vasaha, vasasi, vasamsi. So neuter, plural. Accusative, nominative, vocative, all same. That's another nice thing about neuter. Half the table is learnt already. So this is what vasamsi. And so what about these clothes? You know, jirnani vasamsi. You know, kidrishani jirnani. Jirnani. Jirna means that which is threadbare. Yeah. You know, Jarayanti, you know, like the same thing. That which is old, tired, geriatric clothes. Clothes are geriatric here. Vasamsi jirnani. And of course, you know, this is a very interesting, what is it called? Verse, because it's, even though the Bhagavad Gita is very timeless, certain things don't apply perhaps. Because nobody waits to have their vasamsi become jirnani before they go shopping, do they now? No. Before it becomes jirnani, everybody goes shopping. Jirnani means what? Threadbare. Yeah. Meaning old, tired clothes without a future anymore. Because every bit of lifespan allotted to this cloth by Bhagavan has come to an end. You know, yatha, in which manner, vihaya, is a very famous verse. Everybody expounds it. Vihaya, ha, to give up. Vi plus ha. And the, what is that? The suffix which says having vihad. Vihaya. Yep. You know, if there was no V, it would have been hitva, not hatva, hitva. You know, for some reason, the third, ha is the third conjugation and second conjugation verbs. That's why they are studied much, much later. So, hitva. But here it is, but because the V comes, then you have to use a different suffix to give the same meaning. Having vihad means having given up, ha to abandon. Having given up the clothing. Today on the walk there was a box full of, I didn't see what it was, some clothing was coming out of it and it said free, take, like that. Vihaya. This vihaya is very interesting. So there is a story about this vihaya, you know. Yeah, so we will come back to this. The story is very nice. This is actually a Sanskrit lesson. This is how we learn Sanskrit. Vihaya also sounds like what? Vihaya sounds like, say, the Rama table. Rama, yeah, correct. Yeah, like Vihaya, correct. So, and then, but there are certain things, like, for example, vihaya, and then having given up, which sounds like Ramaya, and also vihasya means having smiled, which sounds like Ramasya, correct? This is a, this is a pun on those two things. So this lady, who was a daughter of a Sanskrit Pandit, meaning, even when she was cutting her first teeth, she was lisping in Sanskrit. This is how, she's the daughter of a Pandit means what? She knows how to speak, how to write, how to everything. And perhaps for this reason, she was not able to get a proper alliance, to get married, because she didn't like anybody, because she would make them open their mouth even to say a greeting, and then she would reject all the suitors. When the father said, have a heart, I am growing old. Marry someone that you like. Find somebody, don't give me these heart attacks. Find someone that you like, get married. Here, I will introduce you to this young fellow. Just go for a stroll with him in the gardens, and then, come back and tell me how you liked him. So she meets him, and she comes back alone. She has already dispatched him. The story goes. What happened? Where is the suitor? The father asks. And this is her response. Yasya chaturthi cha shashti cha vihasya cha yasya shashti cha chaturthi cha vihasya cha vihaya cha kathamaham dvitiyam syam kathamaham dvitiya syat dvitiyam syam kathamaham. Very nice. For yasya, for whom? The sixth case is vihasya. When he hears the word vihasya, he thinks it's sixth case, because it rhymes with ramasya, phalasya, vrikshasya, so he thinks it is sixth case. He doesn't know anything else beyond this in Sanskrit. And then when he hears the word vihaya, what does he think? Ramaya. He thinks that is fourth case. And what is the second case for him? Katham is second case. Aham is second case. Is aham second case? No. What is because what sounds like Katham and Aham? Ramam. So he only knows Rama Shabda. So Yasya Shashti cha Chaturthi cha, for whom the sixth case and the fourth case are what? Vihasya cha Vihaya cha. For that's all he knows. The Vihasya and Vihaya he thinks are sixth case and fourth case respectively. And Yasya, for whom Kathamaham Dvitiya Syat, means for whom the second case is Katham and Aham, and anything that ends in like yam yam, nam nam, everything is for him Dvitiya. And then she asked the question, Dvitiyam Syam Katham Aham, it's a pun. How can I be, an addition, the second in this family, like he's the first and I'm the second. How can I be second to this kind of a fellow? That's why from the garden itself I showed him the gate. So, it is the history of Vihaya. So anyway, Vihaya means having abandoned. Nobody keeps abandoning clothes. There is a reason. What is the reason? The reason is not always, unlike in the capitalist economy, the reason is not always because I don't like it after bringing it home. The reason is not always because it doesn't look good on me. The reason is not always because there is something better out there. The reason usually is because, this is worn out. I need a new pair of something, pants. I need a new pair of socks because it's a holy socks full of holes. And in fact, that same reason doesn't apply to jeans, because the new jeans are full of holes. The old ones were, correct. So this is what it is. So you go get new clothes, you replace the clothes that you are wearing. When Jirnani Yatha, who does this? The people. And who, how does this person do this? Naraha, the person does it. Navani grinhati. Grinhati takes on. From grasps, grinhati. Grinhati takes on. Takes on what? Aparani, others. Navani aparani grinhati. New other set of clothes, another new set of clothes. Yatha, in which manner vihaya, having abandoned to the side of the street, free, take it, and then, navani aparani grinhati naraha yatha. Yatha what? Like yatha means in which manner naraha, the human being, takes on new what? Clothes, vasamsi. Tatha, in the same manner, who? This dehi, dehin. Who is the dehin? The one who is in the deha. Yes, like the banana is inside the peel. So this is what the dehi is like. Yeah. Dehin, the one who lives in the deha. Exactly. Yeah. Grihin, one in. Yeah, one who lives in vana. Dehin. Sharirin, one who lives in the sharira. So this fellow who lives in this body, fellow means jiva or atma, either way it can be taken, is called dehi. Yeah. Who is this dehi? The one who lives in the deha. Just like the one who lives in the house. Same suffix. So, this dehi, this body dweller, also does some vihaying of what? Sharirani, second case. Sharirani vihaya. This is the object. Sharirani vihaya. Having abandoned the bodies. Anyani, another body you go shopping for. Anyani sanyati. Anyani sanyati. Sanyati takes on. Anyani sanyati. Navani dehi. And which kind of body? Jirnani. Sharirani vihaya. Threadbare bodies having, loda bodies, threadbare bodies. And this needs a little explanation. We are about to do that. So this is a very famous verse, Just like, and then every mother will tell her child in the Hindu household, just like going shopping. What you are doing? Every mother in India will tell her teenage children, especially the daughters, what you are spending so much time over the mirror making up. This is just what you are, you are so worried about clothes. Do you see that your body is a suit, like the wetsuit? The body is a suit. It's just that it doesn't have a zipper. That zipper is called post-mortem cut. That Y cut. That's what it is. It doesn't have a zipper. The zipper is in the hands of Bhagavan. That's all it is. Doesn't have a zip, but it is. You are enclosed in it. Enclosed in it. This is the body. So what you are thinking? So many things you have to wear. This is what you are going to get for Diwali. Shut up and take it. Every mother will tell her child. In India there is no such thing as you don't like. If you don't like, you will like it tomorrow. That's all. Put it away in the cupboard. This is what you are getting. This is how it is. The ragadveshas are cut off stemmed at the source. But what if the child gets mad? Let it get mad. How long it will be mad? It will continue to be one. No, later on it will be very thankful. Be so thankful. Oh, thank God! Nobody indulged all these ragadveshas. One is eminently thankful. Really, so thankful. Because otherwise, what happens is that it's a disservice to the child, because the child, as it grows up, it cannot adjust to situations because it cannot have things its own way. It can never have things its own way. We are adding to its difficulty. So anyhow, so this, every mother knows this verse in India, whether she is from the village or from the city, or if she is from high society or she is unlettered, she will know this verse. Yes, this is an oft quoted verse, and every person who is a grandfather in the Hindu culture also knows this verse. And when anybody dies, they say, oh, they have cast off the body. They will quote this verse. Someone else, not somebody from their own loved ones. Then the rub is there. Then it is difficult to accept. So this is what the whole meaning of the mantra is. So there is an elegance to it. There is a swarasya, a kind of a ruchi. Swarasya means it has its own beauty, and it gives a certain perspective to people in living in a body that is fraught with any kind of difficulty, chronic pain, etc. This is a very helpful verse, even on the, forget Vedanta, even on the very practical, pragmatic level, to think that, okay, this is just a temporary little, zip up suit. Zip has gone missing, I can't take it off for some reason, but at some point it will fall away. It's actually a relief, fall away means, oh my God, it's going to end. No. I just go body shopping. That's yeah, Jiva goes body shopping. And that's why there is a shop called Body Shop. Slightly different, but if it was literal, body shop would be place where you can choose and buy the bodies. For free you get them. Yeah. And because you have a capital that pays for it. What is the capital? Ajnanam. The ignorance is the capital which pays for it, repeatedly. Free bodies, life after life, a free, unending supply of bodies. One is assured as long as ignorance is in the bank. Yeah. You remove the ignorance, the body supply stops. Oh, no, it is good. It's very good. Yeah. So this is what, this is an important verse, because it not only talks about the avinashi nature, the indestructible nature of the I, whether the I is endowed with ignorance or whether the I is without ignorance, still the I continues. Endowed with ignorance, it is a burdened I. It carries the raga dveshas, it carries memories, it carries certain imprints from last life, it carries the sukshma sharira, and then all of them get into one body. Yeah. Sometimes they are in a rush. They don't even choose properly because the karma actually chooses for them. They just rush into a body. You act in haste and repent lifelong. Repent in leisure. So this is what the whole thing is. And now this is an important verse, because it shows that the I does not come to any peril at all, as something that this section is going to keep on unfolding. Not only that, it is also important in the sense of the way of life. And what is the way of life? The way of life is what is it called? The first portion of the Veda, as described in the first portion of the Veda. Why do I need dharma? Why do I need dharma? Why can't I just do whatever I want? Because there are consequences. Yeah. Because there is karma. And so let there be karma. Karma means karma phala. Let there be karma phala. Karma phala means, big and, what is that? Bodies of suffering, bodies of pain, bodies of, agitation, so many things. So therefore, the whole, the model of reincarnation, it's a belief. No, I don't believe in it. That's also a belief. Not that you know the reality if you think that there is no reincarnation. If you claim that, know that that's also a non-verifiable belief. So either way it's a belief. So what does it hurt you to believe this? That I continue. It's actually a comforting belief. that I never come to an end. I always continue. And the bodies are mere little, I sport, they are just little leela. I take on the body and then cast it off. Very easy. So this verse is at the juncture of both Veda and Vedanta, because from the standpoint of the practical everyday life also it is helpful to see, so that one doesn't feel a sense of guilt connected to the body. Oh, I'm doing everything to take care of it. I have done so well. Still I got this disease. Well, there are reasons why that came. No, but then what did I do in my last life? Thankfully, it is not remembered. Mother Maya is present. Yes. She throws in a freebie at the time of birth. May you forget everything that ever happened in any other life. Thank God, because imagine the mess the person is, a bundle of guilt, hurt and despair. Can't live with what one has done either now or, in the past. In this past of this life. Imagine if you remembered everything. One would be a basket case. So therefore one happily forgets. There is a veil of Mother Maya. There is an avarana between the birds. Thank God. And then, so, the body is a fruit of karma. First thing we have to know. And what is something we know about? What do something all fruits have in common? Especially in this hot weather. In fact, the word fruit means phalgutaya liyate iti phalam. That which is subject to rotting. Yeah. That which comes with a time bomb attached to it. As soon as you buy it in the market, tick, 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 tick. And then it explodes on the counter. Yeah. And if the body is like a fruit of one's own actions, definitely, it is perishable. If there is a body, then there was a time the body was not only is it perishable, it is finite and perishable. Finite means perishable, but just to say, not that it never had a beginning. It is finite, it comes to an end. It had a definite beginning. That is what, what? Many happy returns, we have talked about it. Yeah. Thank you for coming back. And so, this is the point where this particular body started. So, what is celebrated is when the child got into its birthday suit. That is what is celebrated. Yeah. Especially in Eastern countries, China, they celebrate the birthday 9 months before the child is born. And so they say, supposing if somebody is 40 years old, they'll say, I'm 41. Because that is seen as the taking on of the body is seen as the time of birth. And some other countries also it is like that. Southeast Asian countries. In India also it is like that. Less so now because coming under the modern influences. But you ask the elder generation, they will always put 1 year more and then they will tell. And this is the reason. So that is what it is. You are getting into a suit. This is called the birthday suit because that is the day of your birth. And you are in a suit. And the suit is a very comfortable suit. It fits perfectly. It's neither tight nor is it loose. And it is got cutouts to for view and ventilation. Yes. It's extremely well ventilated. Nicely ventilated. Too hot, yeah. And if they did an experiment somewhere, that if they were to simulate an air conditioner based on the human body, it would need so much electricity, like that could fire up a small city. It would need that much electricity. It would be so bulky and it still would not do half the things that the body is able to do to maintain the temperature, to maintain all the fluids, to not dehydrate out except under duress and extreme conditions. So this is the body. It's a fine thing. It's got a view. It comes with certain accoutrements like hair and nails, for abharana. And then, it fits really nicely. And it's extremely well ventilated. It's got its own intelligence. And as the bones grow, the skin grows, everything grows together. The suit is a expandable suit. After the holidays, the fellow packs in a few pounds, the body obliges. Body also becomes a bada Mahatma, obliges. And then the person says, oh, what is this nonsense? I need to go jogging. And the person goes jogging and then becomes like a stick. Body obliges. Body obliges. And then this is the beauty of this body. So nice. And this is a wonderful suit. A suit where there are no cuts or tears. Nothing is leaking out. What a nice suit. All the fluids are kept inside. And things that from outside which should not go inside are also kept wonderfully outside, like viruses, bacteria, etc. There are also bacteria here which help to break down the food and all these things. And they are in the right place. They are in the colon and they are, breaking down all the things and helping digestion. They are there. And it's just a fantastic arrangement. All for the comfort of the dwelling of the indweller. And the indweller can go wherever, all pervasive. If you catch the nose of the indweller says, yes, what do you need? If you catch the toes, same thing. You see, the indweller pervades this body. That is also given. Otherwise, if you could not feel pain, it's a very horrible thing. There is some medical condition, there is an aberration which is also in place. So, this is a perfect body. You may have a perfect body. I don't have a perfect body. You try to live in my body for 5 minutes and then you see what I'm talking about. Somebody may say this now, but still, even though it's not perfect from the standpoint of that, from the point of view of that person, it's not perfect. Why? Because they are in pain, because the joints are, clicking and clacking like a skeleton coming down the stairs, and there is all kinds of problems, and there is, all kinds of things associated with the body, chronic things, inflammatory conditions, all these things, whatever can happen to the body is happening. How can you say, I have a perfect body when I have to count the days of the week when I'm having a semblance of a good day? That is from one's own point of view, subjective point of view. It may not be perfect because it is not in keeping with your expectations of what perfect is. But it is perfect because seen from the standpoint of the fruit of karma, it is perfect. So you mean I was bad in my last life? No, there's no point in going there. There's no point in going there. Why only last life? Do you know how many lives you've had? No. Then think about thousands of lifetimes ago what one may have done. Maybe that's what's coming back. We don't know. Gahana karmano gatihi. This Gita is going to say that the ways of karma are so unpredictable, so dense. So who knows which karma is fructifying right now? And which karma is chronic and which karma is acute? Karma will not attack the Atma, thank God. Karma will not attack the I. It will only go as far as the suit. That's okay. That's okay. I is not attacked. I is not under peril, in danger of any kind. The I is protected. The I never perishes. The body is never infinite. The I always is. The body, the only thing constant about the body is that as soon as it's born, disintegration starts to take place. Like a car being driven out of the lot. This is also a car. Sometimes it is bekar. That's all. So, bekar means useless. So, that's all it is. So, this is also a car. Yeah. This is also a car. An old car. Lots of mileage. Lots of mileage. Has to have oil drip all the time. Some IV stuck to it. Yeah. And the spark plugs are not working properly. Nothing fires off perhaps. And and there is rust in the joints. Everything is rusty, musty, dusty. But still, this is what it is. This is the body, and it is perfect if we understand it from the standpoint of karma. What is this karma? This is who does the karma belong to? The one who takes on the body. Who is the one that takes on the body? What is the person described as? They, him, the indweller. To the indweller belongs the karma. That karma which is expressed through these bodies belongs to the indweller. Oh, but you said indweller is Atma. Yes. But you said Atma is free of karma. Yes. But now you are saying it belongs to the indweller. It belongs, I'll just add one more word. It belongs to the crying indweller who is crying about the body. Oh, if I don't cry, it doesn't belong to me? No. How do I not cry? Keep coming to the classes. That's all. That's all. Evam vidha, this kind of a person who has this internalized this teaching that this Atma is free of the body, then the body of course is a source of discomfort. When is it not? Body means something has to go wrong, otherwise it's not called body. It has to have some oddities, that's all. It has to have some weirdness. Otherwise it's not interesting. Yeah. This is the body is an expression, a place, a kshetra. More about that in the 13th chapter. A kshetra for the expression of karma, your own karma. Just like this kshetra, the jagat, is an expression of the karma of the collective, all the jivas put together. Your body is a body, mind, sense complex is a personal kshetra, a field, a zone, an area for the expression of karma. Body means it is subject to death. Atma means it is imperishable, permanent. The two have to be distinguished, and the best way to see oneself as abiding in the body. I am a temporary tenant in the rent-free body. I paid the rent with Ajnanam. Yeah. Rent has been prepaid by the capital called Ajnanam. So this free body, I am living in this body, well lit, well ventilated, and definitely subject to maintenance, repair, and disintegration. Every day something more goes wrong. Something new doesn't work. Yeah, this is how it is. If it is not like that, something is wrong. You should go for a checkup. If it is like this, then everything is all right. It's going as planned. Yeah, yes. It is going as planned. So, this is how it is. But the indweller, the one who says, this is my body, is the indweller. But more than that, the indweller is the one who says, this is me body. My, there is no problem. It's a statement of ownership. me, it's a possessive case. Pun intended. You know? Me. Meaning it's as good as myself. So when the body disintegrates, fear comes and one feels like one is disintegrating. To ward that off, Bhagavan Krishna is talking about the Atma as a protected inhabitant of this body, immune to all the dangers that the body can undergo. And not only that, this Atma is that which outlasts this body. And if the Ajnanam is still there, takes on other bodies based on its own karma. The karma of the jiva decides the next body, or some other, many karmas decide the next body. We don't know which karma. This is also a very safe way to look at it, because otherwise, in other traditions, what is the explanation? The explanation is God is giving this body. Why will God be so cruel to make diseases, horrible diseases, where people are writhing in pain, where people are suffering? This is what is called Nairghrinya dosha, the fallacy of Ishvara, being partial, and the Ishvara being what? Ishvara being partial, and Ishvara choosing people to make people suffer. This is what it is. So then, just like the old clothes are shed, so too the body is shed. Now, the question arises, why do people die young? Isn't that a pertinent question? Very pertinent question. If indeed it is true that the body is given up, Jirnani, Bhagavan says. Jirnani means old, threadbare. Then how do you explain Sid? What is Sid? Sudden child death, crib death. No reason. Suddenly the child stopped breathing. No reason at all. And the family is devastated, in havoc, very upset. And then sometimes the person is in the prime of life, full of zest, full of ambition, full of plans. This is what I want to achieve, this is what I want to do, full of goals, intelligent, shining, strong, strapping. Car accident, gone. Suddenly gone. What explains this? Karma. This is what it is. So karma explains this. But then how can you say that the body is old? Jirnani. Then what explains the death of the young bodies? If it is old, if it says here, when the body is old, it is cast off. Read the verse. Jirnani. Jirnani sharirani yatha vihaya navani grinhati anyani sanyati. So jirnani sharirani, when the body is old, then only it is given up, it says. But what explains, how can we explain the death of young people whose bodies are not old at all? How can we do that? We have to see the standpoint. Standpoint of what is old? Old is a subjective term. Somebody gives their clothes to Goodwill, saying these are old, take them away. And then another person goes to shop at Goodwill and comes back and says, I've got some new clothes. New for that person. Somebody sells an old car, and then somebody buys an old car. Oh, new car. New for that person. You see, from the standpoint of the Dehi, it is old. Not from the standpoint of the onlooker or the loved one. For the loved one, even a 98-year-old body is not too old. So I went to see someone who had lost a 99.5-year-old granddaddy who was in good shape, just a very peaceful, great life, died in sleep, and everybody is devastated. Oh, so sudden. Why didn't he live for a few more years? You see, this is the feeling. Oh, he was so healthy. He used to eat 4 meals a day, and he was going for 1 mile walk, and he was doing this, he was doing pull-ups, and he was doing this, he was doing that, he was playing with the great-grandchildren, he had made a, made a plan to go for some trip. He was walking, he was talking, he was fine, and what happened? Tick, 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 silence. That's all. How long will the heart last? It's just a muscle. And so, nobody even then, they were just like, oh, if it had happened during the day, we would have given him CPR, we would have restarted. Why? 99 and a half. You see? So, but from the standpoint of the loved ones, it's never enough. It's never enough. It's always, I wish I could have had this person for a few more years. That regret, that feeling is common. And it's swabhavikam eva. It will be there. So that is a subjective standpoint, correct? But from the objective standpoint of the Dehi's time is up. Because for that particular karma, only 24 months were needed. Crib death. And for a certain other kind of karma, 24 years were needed. Gone. This ambitious, young, strapping fellow, head-on collision, gone. For another kind of karma, a sad body full of, starting with congenital problems, meaning even before it was born, the body was in pain and body started to have problems. And the sad body was born, and then continued like that for a long time. This is also from the standpoint of the Dehi. And does the Dehi independently decide? No. It is the law of karma. Whose karma? The Dehi's karma, the indweller's karma. And where does Bhagavan feature into all this? Bhagavan just packages. Yeah. Here is your package. Body, mind, sense package. That's what it is. Parental package. These are your parents. Sibling package. Because every karma, there is an eldest child karma, there is a youngest child karma, there is a middle child karma, and there is boy karma, girl karma, so many karmas. And each one thinks I have been targeted. The eldest child thinks I could never be a baby. And I was the guinea pig for my parents. They didn't even know how to raise a child. And by the time the sibling came along, they smartened up and they knew how to take care of the children. But me, they just threw me from the stairs upside down wherever they could. That's how I was raised. Plus, I had to be responsible. And I had to take care of them. And I had to take care of these, idiotic fellows that came afterwards. Eldest child. I wish I was the youngest child. The youngest child has its own problems. The youngest child, nobody takes me seriously. Everybody just teases me all the time. Nobody, what's that? They don't discuss anything with me. I'm the last one to know. And plus, I always get to wear hand-me-downs. Except for this body, everything is a hand-me-down. All the clothes I wear are hand-me-downs. And the middle child has its own problem. I'm neither here nor there. The eldest is special because it was the first. The youngest is special because there's nobody after it. And here I am stuck there. And the two are fighting and I have to mediate between the two. Like this, there's all kinds of karmas. And this the karmic package. Bhagavan just, it just puts a bow on top. That's all. The Dehi's karma decides the package. Bhagavan blesses it with a little bow. Yeah. Gift wrap. So that slowly it unravels. Starting with the body. Sometimes starting with the mind. Yeah. Unwraps on its own. Yeah. That's all. He just puts a little bow. Assembly line, everything is going. And it's going slowly enough. Bhagavan just blesses it. Puts a bow on it. Wraps it up. He says it's a wrap, folks. And Yama says, aye sir, Prityur Dhavati Panchamo iti. Panchamaha. Yeah. Yama says, yes, please bless these jivas. All right. So the body becomes a kshetra, and sometimes the kshetra is Kurukshetra. Yes, lots of fights, lots of things happening in the body. Autoimmune, Kurukshetra. Oh, one part fighting with the other part. So you can't even give medicine. Yeah, stupid thing. Because, this part is saying, hey, I am at war. All right, be at war. I'm going to eat you up, it's telling the other part. Oh, but I belong to you. I don't recognize you. You are an alien. This is autoimmune, Kurukshetra. And sometimes there is Kurukshetra between body and mind. Another kind of Kurukshetra. And then between one body and other body is definite Kurukshetra. This is the body, This is what the body is. It's a gift. It's a wonderful gift. If we can enjoy it, it's a terrible place to live if one continues with the self-ignorance. It's a terrible place to live. That's why everybody keeps wanting to move. Bhagavan says, okay, move. Some point you move. Yeah, when it stops being of service, you move. And that can come at 100 years for certain people with certain karma. That can come in 100 days for certain people with certain karmas. So we don't say the baby has died. We say the jiva in the body of the baby has left this baby body. Why? Because that was old for it. Just like you took the clothes to Goodwill. And you had bought them only 100 days ago. But you were tired of them, you took it to Goodwill, correct? Yeah. And somebody said, oh, what a find. I never thought this. I never thought it would be so cheap, and it's got still the price tag, so new. Wow, I am the lucky one. Just like that. Just like that, the Dehi, in keeping yatha karma, yatha shrutam, in keeping with whatever is heard in the first portion of the Veda about the quote-unquote transmigration of the bodies, and in keeping with whatever has been said about, karma, takes on these new bodies. Okay, big deal. So what? Therefore, na shochitum arhasi. That is the refrain. And this refrain will continue, sometimes mostly covertly, but sometimes overtly, till the 18th chapter, Ma Ashuchaha. You do not grieve anymore. Same thing. Ashocyan Anvashochastvam, 2nd chapter, 11th verse, and 18th chapter, I forget the verse, Ma Ashuchaha. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyah aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma ashuchah. 66. Yeah. 1866 to 11 to 1866. That's a long teaching. Yeah, it's a long teaching. But this is not very simple. Why he has to take so long? Because Bhagavan has to take so long because he wants to make sure Arjuna understands, and Arjuna doesn't understand, so new chapters are kept on starting. Even he cannot even wait till the close of this chapter to ask a question. He is going to ask a question soon in the latter half of this chapter. And so his questions, beget answers, and answers are taken seriously in Vedanta. So they are not just because the question is short, the answer will not be short. And so therefore, this is explained really, really properly. And this is what one has to see. So therefore there is no partiality here. This kshetra is a given, and the law of karma. And what is this law of karma? It's an expression of Bhagavan. It's a manifestation of Bhagavan. That's why I said Bhagavan puts the bow. The bow is his own presence there. So it's a manifestation of Bhagavan. It's not a diktat. It's not a, mandate. Karma is not a mandate. You bad boy, you bad girl, I'm going to put you in this peril now. No. So manifestation. So whenever there is a body with lot of aches and pains, more Bhagavan abides in this body. That is one way to look at it. Eki Bhagavan. That's what. Yeah. Loda Bhagavan. Painful Bhagavan. This becomes a contemplation. Riketi Bhagavan. And then what? Tummy ek Bhagavan. Tummy is Bhagavan. Ek is Bhagavan. Tummy ek of course is Bhagavan. Autoimmune Bhagavan. Kurukshetra Bhagavan. Internal. This is how to look at it. It becomes a meditation. So we can look at this from the two standpoints. From the standpoint of Atma, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, that which is Brahman, that which is Satchidananda, to which nothing befalls. Of course, the body is a dispensable, pair of clothes, one suit. That's all it is. This is the Atma. When is it called Atma? It is called Atma when it is when it is no longer having identification with ignorance. When that ignorance has been removed, it is called Atma. But even Atma plus ignorance, which is called Jiva, that also doesn't come to an end. So if one says, I am Atma Brahma, I am this Atma which is Brahman, so what will happen? That body also will continue to disintegrate. Unlike the new age nonsense, thinking that if I know I am God, I will stop aging. It's wrong. Body will continue to age. It's very sad. The new age people keep lamenting. They feel they have done something wrong all the time. That guilt is preposterous amounts of guilt. They will say, oh, I'm not in line with my destiny. That's why this is happening to my body. Even if you are in line with destiny, the body is in line with itself. That's why this is happening. The body is in line with its own prarabdha. That's why this is happening. Oh, if only I was better, maybe I should have predicted this. You can't predict this. You can't predict karma. That's why even Bhagavan, when he is asked to predict karma, says Gahana Karmano Gati, he washes off his hands of all predictions. This is what the whole thing is. So even we are talking of a jiva that keeps taking on new bodies. Why? Because the original problem of what? Self-ignorance has not been mitigated, has not been removed. But then, here is where the beauty is. You can have a say over what kind of body you have. Ooh, really? Even if I don't have self-knowledge, I can do that? Yes. How? If Vedanta is the highest desire, highest not in the terms of lofty, but the most predominant desire in the heart, then you can, we don't know what kind of body, but you can guarantee that you will have a human body. Yeah. Not woof woof, meow meow, none of that. You will have a human body. Why? Because that's the foremost desire. And then if that's the foremost desire, then that in keeping with the foremost and the most prominent desire the body is taken on, that's a belief. And if this desire to assimilate these teachings of this wholeness is the predominant desire, then there's only one body that you can have to fulfill that desire. Yeah. Which is that human being. Because you cannot be an octopus and then do Shravana in one tank. Yeah. Octopus karma is different. That fellow had his finger in every pie. That's why it was all appendages. That's all it is. Endless series of appendages. And so many these aquatic bodies, they really, you can imagine so many things with them. Really amazing. Yeah. Turtle, claustrophobia in the last life, always wanting to stay inside. Opposite. Agoraphobia, fear of open spaces. Jellyfish, transparency issues. So, next life, you can see everything. All the workings you can see. Yeah, this is what it is. So you can, this is just for fun. And this is how the whole thing operates, the karma. So you cannot be a jellyfish and want Vedanta. You cannot be a jellyfish body. You can, if you want Vedanta, the only acceptable body is a human body. And that too, it will be a healthy body, relatively speaking, at least until the knowledge is gained, with a little help from Bhagavan. And then it will be a body that will gravitate along with the mind sense. We are talking of everything, body mind sense complex. It will be a body mind sense complex that will gravitate towards the teacher and the teaching. It will ferret out the teacher and the teaching, like a bloodhound. When you make it smell the handkerchief of the suspect, it will go. It will not stop. You have to have strong arms. It will go and catch the fellow by the leg. No matter where he is hiding, it will sniff him out. Like that, the bloodhound sniffs its way. This jiva hound of moksha sniffs its way to freedom. This is the body. A body that is ready to do that. A body that can sit. A mind that can quieten down in the face of this teaching. A mind that doesn't have that restlessness, which is generally quiet, which is able to listen and enjoy. Because what's the point if you don't enjoy the teaching? Mind that is able to just enjoy and see the humor in all this. That kind of a body mind sense complex you will have. So you have a say. Yeah, you have a say. So this is to a certain extent it's influenced, and that's going to be told in detail at the end of the 6th chapter, where Bhagavan Krishna is asked by Arjuna, what's going to happen to me? He doesn't say me, he always asks in the third person. Ayatihi shraddhayopetah yoga chalita manasah kangatintata gacchati chinnabhramiva nashyati kim. What happens to this person who was a bit lazy? Ayatihi. Alparthe nanj. Ayatihi. Means not that he didn't put effort. The fellow put effort, he or she. But not enough effort. Body gave up before that. But Shraddhaya upetah, filled with Shraddha, filled with all the Shamadama qualities. What happens to that jiva? Kangatin tata gacchati. What is the gati? What will happen to this? Where is this person go? Chinnabhramiva nashyati kim. Will that person even dissipate like even the fog in the light of the sun? Bhagavan says, no. Paurva dehikam. He will catch hold of the previous desire to learn. He, meaning jiva, is masculine, that's all. The word is masculine. Jiva is neither feminine nor masculine. Yeah, it better. That way no complexes. It will catch its connection from the previous life. But it is a conscious entity. It is not jada. That's why it is problematic to say it. It will catch the connection from the previous life, he or she. And then, labhate paurva daihikam. Daihikam means it will catch the connection from the previous life. And then what? Shuchinam Shrimatam Gehe Yoga Bhrashtah Abhijayate. Yoga Bhrashta means the one who got derailed from Vedanta, from Karma Yoga. Either because of some other desire or some fears or because the body gave up. What's going to happen to that person? Abhijayate is reborn. Shuchinam, in a household that is got shaucham, clean inside and out, full of sattvic qualities, where half the life is not spent angry and the other half trying to get rid of the anger. What a waste of time. Here the child is not born with a heavy unconscious. The child doesn't develop a heavy unconscious. And then what? Athava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam. Otherwise it is born to jnanis. Who will raise the child very nicely, and then it picks up the threads from the last life. So you see, there is certain say, because in keeping with the desires, That's why the ragadveshas are dropped, except the desire for Vedanta, because that is the final desire that helps me discover the fulfilled self. This is what the whole thing is. Bhashya. Vasamsi vastrani जीर्णानि दुर्बलतां गतानि यथा लोके विहाय परित्यज्य नवानि अभिनवानि गृह्णाति उपादत्ते नरः पुरुषः अपराणि अन्यानि तथा तद्वदेव शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति संगच्छति नवानि देहि आत्मा पुरुषवद् अविक्रियः एव इत्यर्थः. Contrast this with the morning class. How beautiful. Did you see that? Yeah, this is Adi Shankara. What was the morning? How was that? The so-called inferior teacher described as inferior teacher within heavy quotes. Nara. The Upanishad used the word Nara. And then describing that, Adi Shankara used the word Manushyena, Avarena Manushyena. And here he uses the apt word when he says Dehi. Dehi is Purusha. Which Purusha? You decide which Purusha. Is it the one living in the citadel Purusha, the crying Purusha, the wanting Purusha, the finite, I am finite iti Purusha, or Sarvan Purayati, that cosmic truth of that sentient consciousness, this conscious being who fills up everything in its wake? You decide. Well, I'm kind of in between. Okay, that's a good place to be. I'm ready to give up one, and I don't quite know the other very well. I just have a handshaking acquaintance. That is a good start. This is what it is. So either way, even if you say Jiva never comes to an end, because endowed with Ajnana avachinna Chaitanya, this Chaitanya as though endowed with Ajnanam takes on new bodies. You can say that. Or you can say that the Purusha, the one in the person who is enlightened, is in a body. Naturally, because enlightenment is not going to happen in the air. It's going to happen to the one who is embodied. If there is such a thing, if I can use the word enlightened, meaning the dropping of the ahankara, the dropping of the lightening of the ahankara, the dropping of the ajnanam happens to the embodied one. And after that, the person is known as a Jnani. Jnani doesn't drop the body, only drops the Ajnanam. After then the Jnani is the Purusha. The second derivation of the word Purusha is the Jnani. That is what it is. Very beautiful. So, wonderful. So we will stop here, and then that's what he says. It's a very straightforward bhashya, nothing really to explain which we haven't already seen. So, one announcement, the Gita classes, today today you may think it's late. I think it's a little early, because with the new timing is 4 to 5:15, Tuesday to Friday. This we had to do to accommodate work schedules, and so this is what we are going to do. This schedule is going to be till the end of August, and so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 to 5:15, 5:20-ish. Okay? So be prepared to have that much stamina. And then what is going to happen Saturday, Sunday at the same time, 4 to 6, we are going to have Kathopanishad, which was actually meeting on Tuesday to Friday in the mornings. So now Kathopanishad is going to meet Wednesday and Friday mornings 7:30, and then on Saturday, Sunday afternoons at 4 o'clock, Bhagavad Gita Tuesday to Friday 4 to 5:20. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Arjuna says Om and Vicky says Can you please write the new timings there so that if anybody comes tomorrow, they wander in, they know. Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can change it on the. Just change it on the.
That also, but we can.